Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. What is with Gabby poking the damn bear? Gabby is acting like, she can't get those hands. She really is walking around acting untouchable. I don't know what her issue is with Ava. She acts like a child. This is partly the reason why I can never fully get behind Gabby. There's things that I like about her and I will admire. There's times where she does make the show interesting, but she does it in this for me, she does it in this very childish way. And then she had the audacity. I mean, this girl is so... This woman is just all hella wrong. I mean... she comes in the office. The minute Philip leaves, because, by the way, Philip hired Jake, which should surprise no one. Hired Jake, told Gabby to get him up to speed. He's gonna go out for he's gonna go out, the office for a little bit, for a couple hours. The minute that he leaves, they start ransacking his place, and I'm just like, Jake, I can't really blame you that much because you're going, you're doing this on Gabby, like this is like you and Gabby's idea. This is actually Gabby's idea and you're going along with it. But Gabby is just so trash for doing this. And I know I've been saying this for a couple of days, so I sound like a broken record, but like the fact that they're literally snooping through his office and going through his papers and everything like that. I'm like, wow, Gabby. Wow. After he found some baseball cards, Gabby's like, no, we gotta get back on plan. We gotta sit there and find all this stuff so this we can kick him out the company. And that's when Jake is like, yo, I almost didn't even get hired. Kate came in here and practically told Jake our whole plan. Like she read the script or something. But, that's when Gabby was like, well, it's a good thing that it's a good thing that Philip doesn't listen to his mother. Snooping around. At some point, they do talk. Well, Jake brings up, like, yo, you keep poking the bear. Like, you keep going at Ava, and I'm going to be honest with you. Ava is about that life. Like, she is ruthless. You really might want to watch your tone when you talk to her. Gabby's all like, oh, I ain't scared of her because she's a mafia princess. Okay. Alright. Okay. I'm sitting there looking at this whole situation. I'm like, listen, the only reason why Ava didn't go full Ava on you is for a couple of reasons. Trip. And, her relationship with Rafe. But if that relationship goes sideways, like I'm like, if you keep poking the bear and that relationship goes sideways, that's going to be your ass. But of course she's not thinking about that because she's too busy having sex with Jake on Philip's desk. Because, after Philip was so nice to her, a gentleman, really took her in when no one else would, when Jake was sitting there practically kicking her to the curb. This is how she thanks him. Very classy, Gabby. Very classy. Now, Ava is kind of just like minding her own business. Well, actually, to tell you the truth, Ava is being annoyed by Gabby running her damn mouth like usual. So she rubs and rubs and rubs and rubs it in. Ava's like, I'm not even hungry. Threw her food in the garbage. She pretty much says, I told you so, and kind of like walks off and, points and laughs. Well, not points and laughs, but just really kind of just dig it in there. And she walks off. I guess Ava must have spoke, I don't know if she spoke Italian or something, but she pretty much was like, yo, listen, watch who you turn your back on. And I'm like, this is a sign right here. I'm going to be honest, if Ava does something to Gabby, I'm gonna enjoy the living hell out of it. I'm gonna sit there. I'm actually gonna sit there and probably buy a special pack of potato chips. I don't know what kind, but I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna watch this whole thing. I'm gonna enjoy the living hell out of it. She talks to Steve. Steve apologizes, give her some good advice, and she thanks him. She was about to write a really nasty text, and I don't know if Steve kind of peeped that, but she had to kind of erase it. He was like, you know what, let me, get him a donut or pastry since I didn't make him breakfast this morning. She goes over there, she looks in the window, and she sees Rafe hugging Nicole. Now, they were talking for a little bit, Rafe and Nicole. And pretty much he was like, we're friends, but, he tells her about the whole argument and everything. And that's when Nicole's like, no, listen, we gotta kind of get some distance, because we can't do this. I mean, before that happened, Rafe was like, yo, listen, if she don't trust me, then I guess she can kick rocks. I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna sit there and try to keep appeasing her. But, Nicole's like, listen, I'm gonna respect your boundaries. I want to sit there and respect her. And I want you to sit there and respect her. If you are hanging out with me constantly, you are hurting her feelings. You don't want to sit there and do that. Rafe gets all angry. He gets all angry because he feels like he's being controlled. He feels like, alright, I can't sit there and see you that much because I gotta sit there and deal with my quote-unquote insecure girlfriend. This is ridiculous. And he stands firm on that. But Nicole, Rafe being the guy that he is, always looking out for her, he's like, yo, listen, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to step back away from the equation. You're going to have to let me do it. You can get, your relationship back on track. I have other family and friends that can help me. I'm good. This is the mess that I made, and I need to sit there and deal with it. So, they hug one last time. And, of course, well, that didn't really go anywhere. I mean, granted, one second. I mean, there was a part where, Rafe wasn't just saying, like, Gabby kept getting under her skin, and she finally snapped and started believing everything that she said. I mean, the sad part of this whole thing is that Rafe does actually have feelings for Nicole. Okay, I don't care how much he tries to deny it and stuff it down and everything else. Everything that Ava said was true. And the fact that he's sitting there lying to her face about it is just wrong. It's just wrong. There's really no other way to sit there and put it. But, he hugs her, she sees it, and she is so not going to be happy. Now, the thing that really sucks about this whole situation is that in a way, I don't know how to sit there and put it. I don't know if you can call it a Cold War or whatever, but she still lives with him. Okay, she doesn't have a job. She doesn't have money of her own. I think she's going to sit there and play it up until she can move out. Because arguing and going this back and forth isn't going to do anything. Because, like, what are you going to do? You're going to storm off and then what? No, like, seriously, where are you planning on going? You can't go to Nicole's place. You can't afford a place on your own. And you're not going to be sitting there hanging out with Steve and Kayla and Trip. So that's the part that really sucks about that whole thing. Even her storming off and walking off. Because it's one of those things where it's like, if she had her own money, then she can just, alright, listen, I'm going to stay at a hotel tonight and I'm going to get my own place or whatever. She storms off. You send him that nasty text, okay, cool. You still actually have to come back there. So, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, there's only a certain way it can really play out. Because otherwise, it's just going to be awkward as hell. You get Ava on the wrong day, it's not going to end well. Justin and Bonnie had this off-screen argument with Victor. There's a bunch of food and pots and like dishes everywhere, and they're all covered in cake and eggs and stuff. So Bonnie feels bad about that, and she's like, "Yo, listen, if that's how he feels about that, how is the rest of your family gonna feel like about that?" But Justin reassures her that, listen, I love you, yada yada yada. We're good. It doesn't matter. I'm marrying you, not him. And it is what it is. It's our wedding. So he convinces her. Now he does sit there and try to get Sonny, but then he says like, or what's going on? He doesn't say like he's not coming or anything like that. He just decides to Bonnie suggests that he used Steve as a best man since Kayla's going to be her maid of honor. So he's like, all right, it's a tough sell, but I'll get it done. He leaves. She is checking off notes or whatever about like how to rearrange her last name or whatever and all that other stuff. She looks at a picture of Adrian, and then she turns around and she's like, "You're alive?" Now I'm wondering who it is. What are your thoughts about who it's going to be? Because I'm going to be honest. The minute that, she was like, "You're alive?" I'm like, unless it's actually Adrian, which I don't know how it actually can be, but it's soap opera, so, they bring people back out of left field and whatever. I mean, they used to do that back in the 90s and like early 2000s, and I think it kind of died out because after a while it was like, alright, you're not going to sit there and tell me that he survived all of that, or like whatever. Or they usually bring him back as a twin, so I guess we'll just wait and see. Maybe that's who they're going to bring back. Maybe it's not going to be Adrian. Maybe it's going to be Adrian's twin. Okay. I can see that. But I'm wondering who it's going to be, and I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Last scene is with Philip, Brady, and Chloe. I had to think about that for a minute. Now, Chloe asked one more time, like, "Yo, listen, is this about, like, is this more than just business? Like, let me know, like, I'm not sitting there trying to hurt Philip, like, whatever." Now, it's weird. Let me read this. Now, 1 minute, Brady says something along the lines of, what's wrong with a little friendly competition? Like, as in between competition between him and Philip. But then the next thing, out of nowhere, he's like, "Oh, well, I can't sit there and tiptoe. We can't sit there and always tiptoe around, Philip's insecure feelings when it comes to his business." What? Dude, I'm pretty sure you literally just said before all that, that there's nothing wrong with a little friendly competition. So, which one is it? Is it friendly competition, or is this strictly about business and Philip needs to get over himself? Which message are you sending? Because even I don't understand what you're saying at this point. Now at some point they're talking, obviously, and Philip comes in there like, "Well, what's going on?" Brady leaves. Chloe's like, "I'm going to New York with Brady, but if you don't want me to go, because that whole thing, I'm not going to go." I'm sitting there wondering how is Philip going to handle this, because I mean, let's be honest. If he can't handle a trip of her going to New York with Brady, then what happens when they have to sit there and do something else together, business-wise? Like, I feel like Brady's being a snake, but he does have a valid point about like business and professionalism, and you being able to, not be so insecure every time she spends time with Brady, because she is working with Brady. Brady is her boss, as he so eloquently put it. So he's going to have to sit there and deal and man up and be like, "Yo, listen, we're good, so we're solid. I don't have anything to worry about." Because I feel like at the end of the day, it's going to be Philip that's going to sit there and ruin his own relationship. Probably some nudging from Brady, but yeah. But he's like, yo, listen, do what you gotta do. We're good. Whatever. So Brady comes in there. Chloe leaves to make a phone call. And Philip just looks at Brady like, yo, listen. You do anything with my girlfriend, I'm gonna kill you. He just walked away. He literally was like, I'm gonna kill you if you do anything with my girlfriend. Sad thing is, I don't know if he's actually even telling the truth. Aren't they like family or something? I mean, I'm pretty sure Brady at one point said that Philip was his uncle. You're gonna kill your nephew over your girlfriend? I'm pretty sure he does mean that. But yeah. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure that's actually about it. If I missed anything, please write it down in the comment section. I want to thank everyone for watching. Be safe. See you in the next video.